my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today we have another playthrough for you. This time it is for a game that is currently on Kickstarter called Bot Factory.
This one's duly designed by two different designers, João Martins and also Lacerda. It's a Eagle Gryphon published game that is now currently on Kickstarter, and it's going to share a lot of similarities to Kanban if you're familiar with that game.
Yeah, similar to how Mercado de Lisboa was one that was fairly recently released, and it resembled certain mechanics in Lisboa. This one takes after specifically Kanban, which is one of Lacerda's big box titles, if you're familiar with it. And so now in this game, instead of working in an automotive factory, we're working in a toy factory, and we're building toy robots. As per usual, we're going to start with a mini teach of the game, and then we're going to go into a full two-player playthrough, and we're going to end with a review this time. We don't typically review Kickstarter games, but we're making an exception for this one.
So if you are interested in jumping around, there will be timestamps down in the description. There's also a link to the Kickstarter campaign if you like what you see here. Also, we do want to keep note that this is a prototype copy. It's a very high quality prototype, but nevertheless still a prototype. And last but not least, if you do like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we're ready to begin. So if you please direct your attention to this end of the table, we're all set up here for a two-player game of Bot Factory. Welcome to the Bot Factory,
Thank you.
where we're going to be building robots of 4 different colors, as you can see. Now, since this is a two-player game, we only have 3 robots of each color. If you're playing a 3 or 4-player game, you would have 4 each. Now, if you played Kanban before, these 4 boards might look familiar in terms of the different departments that you would go to each round.
Yeah.
Here we have the assembly department, where we're going to be putting together these robots, the part production area where we're getting parts, the project board for our robot blueprints, as well as the finance board, where we're going to be dictating the value of these different robots to score points at the end of the game. Now, the way the game works is at the very start of the game, we're going to take our first turn by placing our worker on one of the worker placement spots at the bottom of one of these boards. Where you place your worker dictates what actions you can take. So if I place my worker here, I'm taking all of my actions for the round in this board. But the way the turn order works is once everybody has placed their workers, say Naveen were to place his worker here, then turn order goes from left to right, very similar to Kanban. Now, I do want to mention, for those familiar with Kanban, we also have Sandra visiting the Toybot factory. She's a little bit nicer in
Overseeing
this game.
operations.
Right, and she's going to start the game at the very right side here on the finance board. Now, because it is a 2-player game, we cannot place our workers in the same department as Sandra. Sandra can come to our board, but we cannot go to hers.
Right.
And once we've taken our turns and we lay our workers down to sleep, at the end of the round, we're going to have a short maintenance phase, and then from left to right again, you choose your turn order for the next round, moving to a new board each time. And so, starting with the assembly board, when we take actions here, the worker placement spots down here dictate how many parts you're allowed to place in these areas. Now, when building a robot has a head, a mid-body, as well as legs, and then they all have to be of the same color in the column of the same color. But besides that, you can place these body parts in any order, I suppose. So if I were to go here, I could place 2 parts on this board. I already have the legs, so I could put the legs at the bottom here. And anytime you cover up one of these bonus spaces, this allows you to spend a speech token in order to take the topmost part on one of these 4 stacks. Now, speech tokens are sort of like the currency of the game. We're going to be earning them in order to spend them. They're a very important part of your strategy. In addition, when you place these parts, if it's either the first one or the second one of the robot, then you're going to get 2 speech tokens into your supply for each one that you place. In order to place a third robot part here, thus completing the robot, you have to have a blueprint for it. So if you don't have a blueprint, you cannot place the third part of a given robot. But because I have the red one, if I were to complete this robot in full, I would take a robot from the top here and place it onto my blueprint, and I would score the number of points at the end of the game equal to wherever its value is in the finance board.
And as a shorthand, all of that is diagrammed here. So if it's the first or the second, you get speech tokens. If it's the third, you take the robot.
Speaking of the diagrams, we also see this one over here, and this corresponds to the executive action that you can take at this board. Each board has its own executive action that's sort of like an additional action that you can take before or after your turn or during. And so for this board, this action allows you to spend a speech token in order to exchange a part that you have in front of you with one of the 2 parts here. And this will flash whenever Sandra visits the board. Now, whenever Sandra moves to a different board, she's going to do a certain task. We're going to discuss that as we play the playthrough. The next board allows you to gain additional parts in order to build these robots. And so taking these worker placement spots down here dictate how many actions that you can take. And each action will allow you to either rotate the wheel, just like this, or take one of the 2 parts that are at the bottommost area here. Let's say I spent another action to rotate this again. If I were to take a part from any of the areas here that's labeled with this bonus symbol, just like this, then I would get to spend a speech token to place a part that's in front of me onto the assembly board. Does not have to be the one I just took, but it can be. In addition, on your turn, any empty spots that are at the top of the board, whoever the active player is gets to choose which part from the top of any of these stacks to place in right there. And the executive action for this department allows you to discard any 3 parts that are in front of you in order to take the topmost part from one of these stacks. And you may want to do that if you're looking for a specific part of a robot, like the head or the mid-body.
There's an equal distribution of all heads, bodies, and legs.
Moving on to the project board, of course, this board allows you to take additional blueprints, and it's very, very straightforward. The bottom actions here will allow you to take either 1 or 2, and you can literally take them from either column. The only thing here is that there are perks for taking one of the 2 bottom row ones. Taking this allows you to gain a speech token into your supply. This one will allow you to spend a speech token to place a part onto the assembly board. So as you can see, there are many ways for you to place parts onto the assembly board that don't involve just going to that department. The executive action in this department allows you to discard 2 project tiles in order to take one of these universal parts. And these universal parts can be used in place of any of the colors. And you may want to do this, by the way, because at the end of the game, for each of these project tiles that you have in front of you that you haven't fulfilled, it's going to be minus 2 points. And finally, the finance board. This is basically where we're going to gain all of our points. And so the worker placement spots here dictate how many speech tokens you're allowed to spend while at this department. And so you're going to spend speech tokens, either 1 speech token each to bump up one of the values of the robots here. So I could spend a speech token to bump up red as an example. And so at the end of the game, as long as this stays there, my red robot is going to be worth 8 points. I also, because I bumped this token past this line over here, get to take a project tile from this board, gaining any potential bonuses if I were to take the bottom row, etc. Or if I were to cross this line up here, it will allow me to place a project tile immediately on the assembly board. So that's how this area up here works. Otherwise, I can also spend either 1, 2, or 3 speech tokens to reserve a contract, which is down here. Each of these contracts shows a combination, potentially, of different colored robots that you need to have in your supply at the end of the game in order to score these. So if I have just this 1 robot, then I may want to take this action to spend 1 speech token to claim this tile. Now up to 2 people can reserve each contract, but whoever gets there first just places their speech token on the higher points right there. And then at the end of the game, if I am able to complete this, I'm going to score the 2 points for the contract as well as the 2 points for the row. Scoring the contract tiles in the top row are going to get you a lot more points, but they also require you to spend more speech tokens. So it really just depends on what you have. Now, the finance board is the only exception for the executive actions. There are no executive actions at this location. And that's about it. Those are all 4 boards. Once everybody has taken a turn, that would signal the end of the round. And then there's a slight maintenance phase where all of the robots that have been completely built at this point get devalued. So if I were to build a completed red robot, then this would actually go down. So
supply and demand. There's more supply out there, so the price is lower.
Exactly. And then the bottom row of the project board here always gets flushed at the end of each round. Once all robots of 1 color have been built, or 1 player has built 5 robots, then that's going to signal the end of the game after the maintenance phase, and then you go into endgame scoring. Each player gets points for each of their built robots, depending on their current value at the end of the game. You also get points for all of your reserved contract tiles, assuming you're able to complete them.
Right.
Every 2 leftover speech tokens is worth 1 point. And then you get minus points for any of these you were not able to complete, although you don't lose out on the row bonus, by the way. You also get minus 1 point for each spare part tile you still have in your supply, as well as minus 2 points for each of these project tiles if you did not build a robot for them. And then whoever has the most points at that point wins. Now, the only thing that we didn't mention is what Sandra does in each department, which we're going to be demonstrating during the playthrough. And you can only have maximum 5 part tiles and 5 project tiles in your supply at the end of each turn.
Yeah, so you can't just take all your actions just hoarding a bunch of things and then expect to keep them all.
No hoarding of robot tiles. So we're just going to go ahead and get cleaned up and then get started with our playthrough.
Okay, so we have reset the board. We have already pre-selected Monique is going to be going first. We did rock, paper, scissors. And so I get 2 speech tokens to start. She gets 1.
Yes.
We both have a blueprint as well as a part.
Yeah.
And now Monique is going to determine where exactly she wants to go first.
By the way, these are handed out randomly at the start. Yes. And then each player in reverse turn order gets to choose their starting part tile.
Yep.
So that's what we chose. Okay, so to start the game, I'm going to go ahead and start up here.
All right.
And I'm choosing this spot because this spot will require me to spend a speech token. So I don't think I'm going to place 3 parts just yet.
And just so I don't make any mistakes, I'm going to keep all my speech tokens to the right, all my not active speech tokens to my left, just so I don't make any mistakes.
I'll do the opposite.
Okay, and so the only place I cannot go is where Sandra is. Of course, that's a hallmark rule in a 2-player game. So I'm going to go over here and just take a bunch of actions in this area.
Interesting.
Why not?
All right. Well, now we're truly going to begin. So I was only first player, by the way, just to set my worker out. But as soon as you place them out, then turn order is left to right. So Naveen could have easily gone first by going to this spot.
Yes, I could have.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start. And I'm taking my turns here on the assembly board. I chose this spot, which means I can place up to 2 parts. Now, clearly I only have 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first place out my part tile at the bottom here. Because it is the first part for this robot, I'm going to gain 2 speech tokens.
There it is right there, 2 speech tokens.
Yep. Yes. And then, because I covered up this bonus, I get to do that immediately. I'm going to spend a speech token now to take the topmost of any of these stacks. I'm going to go all red right now.
Sure.
You know, there's a little bit of strategy in trying to snake each other's robots, but we're going to be friendly right now. Remember this?
Well, I don't have a red blueprint right now, so there's no way I'm going to do it.
And then I'm going to go ahead and place it because I can place up to 2 of these. And you can place this immediately, even though I just got it. So that's going to gain me another 2 speech tokens. So now I have some speech money and no parts, but at least I'm ready for later. I'm going to go ahead and lay it down to show that I'm done.
Okay, so I have 6 actions, so I'm going to place this little marker here on the 6. This little cube is going to help us out.
Track?
Yes, keeping track is very difficult sometimes. So I will go ahead and rotate first.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and rotate. That's 1 action.
That's 1.
All right, I'm going to rotate a second time.
Oh, okay, that's 2.
That's 2. Third action is going to be taking the legs of this yellow one.
Okay.
And then now I have 3 left.
You have 3 left. And while you're thinking, similar to this spot over here gets you a bonus. This time it's a good one, so you'd get a speech token for taking that one.
Yes. So the next thing I'm going to do is 1 action. I'm going to take this red body part.
Okay, so that's 1, and you did that.
I did that, so that allows me to go ahead and place 1 out by spending a speech token. I'm going to place a speech token, or spend a speech token and place this yellow head into this zone here, because as the first one, I get 2 back. So
yes.
That's pretty nice.
And to be clear, even though Naveen is getting to place a speech part out here, he cannot take the executive action of this board. Executive actions are reserved for when you go to that board.
To that location.
So I think you have 2 more.
I do have 2
if
more.
we did the math correctly.
So for sure, I'm going to want to rotate this.
Okay.
So I'm going to go 1.
Yep. And you have one last action. Now, the interesting thing is you could either take something or you could rotate it and have to fill those spots in.
Yeah, I think I want to rotate it. I'm going to spend my last action.
Very good.
Doing that. Now these 2 are in that yellow zone, so now I get to choose what gets filled in.
Left first and then
first.
right.
I'm going to do a yellow body part.
Oh.
Left. And then right. Since I have a red body and you're probably going to complete this at some point, I think I will put out the red legs.
Okay.
All right. So
interesting.
That is me.
So I should get another red contract.
Possibly.
Or a red project.
Maybe.
All right, you're done? All right, so go ahead and lay down.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Sandra is technically not really active right now, but just so you know, when she's in the finance board, she increases the value of the lowest valued robot. If there is a 4-way tie, like we see here, then she doesn't do anything. So she's gonna go ahead and lay down. And now we have a maintenance phase. So no belt robots, but we do flush these 2.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and put these in the discard over here.
Sure.
These 2 come down. And then we get 2 new contracts, or 2 new project tiles, sorry.
Yeah.
I like calling these contracts for some reason, but they're
Contracts
not.
is here, right?
They're projects.
Projects.
All right. Now we're moving on to the next round. Starting with me, I must move to a different board.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and jump over here. I'm planning on taking some projects this turn.
Interesting. Well, so am I.
What?
I'm going to come right over here.
You've usurped me.
I did.
In turn order. Sandra technically will move at the end of the round, but not in the first round. So she's just going to hang out there for now.
Okay.
And now it's going to go back to you.
Sure. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I only can take 1, so I'm going to go ahead and take this red one, since I have a little red part. Might as well, and that gives me 1 speech token. So I'm working on something.
Awful. I did not expect Naveen to take that spot because these do not refill until the maintenance phase.
That's right.
So now I can't even take that.
And I know for a fact that Sandra is going to move here, so I can kind of time and kind of game where I want to go.
Are you done, by the way?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Lay down.
Okay. Well, because I have fears of Naveen completing my red robot first, I'm going to take 2 projectiles. The first one is going to be this one, which is another red one. And before I take my second one, I'm going to take my executive action here.
Wow.
And I'm going to spend these two to take a
you got
universal
wild part,
which
Wild
is going to be
head.
a head. I wonder why. So then for my second projectile, I will take this one because it gives me the benefit of spending a speech token to place this out. So I'm placing this out, which, by the way, lets me do that immediately as well. So let me place this out first and get my robot. I don't want to forget. Oh,
It's
robot
okay.
bowling.
They'll be okay.
Oh, no.
I'll help you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I made my first robot.
Okay.
And I covered up that spot, so I still get to do that, which is spending a speech token, which I will do, to take the top of any stack. The thing is, I don't have a project, sorry. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take yellow. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not going to zag. I'm just going to go for what Naveen's doing.
Interesting.
And that's it. So I go ahead and lay my piece down. Right?
Yep.
I did everything. I hope I spent a speech token for that.
I think you did.
All right, so now it's Sandra's turn. And again, they're all at equal value, so nothing happens. We're going to go into our maintenance phase. So now we do have a completed robot. So these parts get discarded. They're going to go into their discard. Universal parts always go back
Yep.
to the board here. And the red robot gets devalued by 1.
Yeah.
So are you sure you want to build a red robot, Naveen?
I mean, I have a blueprint.
Honestly, this is the best time. We don't have anything to flush here, so everything just goes down. And we're going to refill these. So, Naveen, starting with you, where would you like to go?
You know what? I'm going to come over here. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Why not?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're in the parts game.
I might as well get some stuff.
Look at all those legs.
Legs.
All right, I'm gonna go. Oh, I can't go
Cannot
here.
go there. Sandra's.
My plans. And I have to move to a different board. All right, I'm gonna go here.
Yeah.
Because that's at least gonna get me a speech token for going there.
Okay,
and now Sandra will move. She moves to the next board, which is gonna go all the way over here in the leftmost spot.
Yes.
Which is nice because if we want to go here, she's gonna vacate it first.
Sure. Yep.
So Sandra goes first, and what she does is she's going to flush these spare parts.
Yep.
We have a little pink token here that's going to be rotating to show us what tiles we refill with next when we don't have our own choice to do it.
Right.
So she's going to place this one.
Yep. And this slides over.
And she'll place the yellow one.
Right.
And then this will slide over.
Right.
When Sandra gets here, she refills this wheel using the same method, by the way. So that's it.
That's it.
Now, I don't know if we talked about this during the teach, but if ever we are in the same department as Sandra, we have to spend a speech token in order to even take our actions. It's either you spend a speech token or you just go immediately to sleep.
Yes.
Because Sandra wants to talk.
And the way that happens where you and Sandra will be together is if you've beat Sandra somewhere and then on her turn, she shows up where you are.
Yes, in a two-player game specifically. So we'll see if we can try to avoid that. All right, so now it's to me.
Yeah, so you gain a speech token.
I gain a speech token for taking that spot. And then I can take a bunch of parts. Looks like I'm suddenly in the yellow game. So I can take up to 3 actions here because of the spot that I took. For one action, I'm going to take... Oh, do we continue red? No, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take the head.
So that's 1. So now you have 2 actions left.
I'm going to rotate this.
Okay.
Let's go blue.
Blue?
Yeah, let's
There's
go.
a blue contract. Yeah, there's one blue contract out there.
I'm going blue.
Okay, so then now you have 1 more action.
No, I think I rotated and I took the blue.
Oh, okay.
I need to hire someone
3.
new.
Sorry, yeah.
You're fired, Navi.
I'm fired.
I'm just kidding. I'm still at meeting my maximum capacity, so I'm good here. I don't have to discard anything. I could technically exchange as an executive action, but I think I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it a day.
Why do all that just to get rid of it?
Just to get rid of it, yeah.
Okay, so now I have 6.
You have 6.
Well. Okay, so I definitely am going to want to rotate 1, so I go down to 5.
Okay.
Let's rotate. I'm going to take these legs to match that body there.
Okay, so
Lose
you have
1.
4.
While I'm here...
Wait, you have 2.
Oh, Phil, yes.
Fill that. You get a choice.
Let's fill in the head, considering the fact that actually, do I want to fill in the head? So in previous plays, I've made a mistake.
Spare part.
It is, but in previous plays, I've made a mistake by accidentally putting it in, and then I get a bonus for taking from the top, and I do not want to make that mistake. So you have blue, right? So I'm going to flood it with green.
Okay.
Green. Yes. Okay, so that was that. So now I have, what do we have, 4 left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awful.
The second, the next one is going to be taking this body off.
Okay.
And then the question is, do I want to spend a speech? And the answer is yes, I do. So I'm going to spend this to be able to place this out here.
So it gets you 2 speech tokens.
Gets me 2 back. So I will take the bonus that's listed below. I'm going to spend a speech token. And this is exactly why I did not want to fill in the head into here, because I take from the top of the stack. I made this mistake in a previous game, and I refuse to make that
Cost
mistake
him the
again.
game.
It did. It really did. It hurt me. So I'm taking the head from there.
Okay.
Oh, I would have been exposed. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, that's
What
too
was
good.
What was I gonna do? How would I know?
How would you
1,
know?
2, 3.
No,
That's
yeah.
the last one right there.
You did great.
So I got the speech tokens. I paid the thing. So now I have how many left? 3. Wow. I'll rotate.
Okay.
So now we have 2
You have
left.
2 left.
And so I don't want to put these feet out there for you. But then again, you're just gonna go there and get it from the top of the stack.
Yeah, maybe you should put the feet.
I will put the feet out there.
I've
yes.
already spent my action.
That's right.
there.
You're already here. You have to leave to come back. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
2 more.
2 more. I think it's just 1 more actually. Oh no, that was a free one, right? So I get
you
2
just
more.
had to refill.
Yeah.
So you have 2 more.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I can only take 1 more, huh? So I will take this green head.
Okay, that's 1. I mean, you could take this executive action.
I could, but I want all these things for when I go over there.
Okay.
Okay, so that is that, and then I will just go ahead and rotate. Might as well.
For your last action,
my
and
last
then
action.
fill those in.
Yes, I will fill these in. Wow, look at those. Okay, let's put the blue head out there,
Okay.
and let's put the blue body out there.
Gosh,
Perfect.
blue is not the right investment.
Blue.
Ugh.
It's out there.
All right. Done.
Thank you. Yep.
That's the end of the round?
That's it, yeah.
Let's do some maintaining.
Nothing got created here?
Nope, but these 2 go
They got
bye-bye.
out.
And we move this down.
Okay, perfect. So we got 1 and 2. So we have a red and yellow contractor now in.
All right, we are moving along. And again, the game ends once of the robots are completely depleted,
Right.
one of them, one color, or somebody has built 5. So,
Sandra.
yes, Sandra goes first.
Sandra's gonna hop on in right here.
Yes.
Okay, where are you gonna go?
I need to leave.
You need to leave. You wanted to go to that far right spot.
I did. Is now the time? Yeah, now's the time.
Okay.
I have 3. How many do I want to spend? All right, well, I think I'm going to go to the finance board because you're right. That's where I wanted to go earlier. But
Yeah.
now I'm worried. If I go here, I know Naveen. Naveen is going to go there because he likes to usurp my spots.
I just want the right to go first on the next round.
Exactly. That's what I mean. I'm going to go there.
You're going there?
Yeah. So where are you going to go?
This is tough. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna move on over here.
Were you always planning on going there?
No, I had some plans
Okay.
to go here, but now that you're there, that means I can come over here and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's right. That is true.
Yeah,
Now
so I
you're
can
thinking.
do other things before you mosey your way on over.
Smart.
All right, so Sandra is going to act here. So she just basically refills in everything that's on the board. So since the token is right here, we're going to just place this blue out.
The distribution marker.
Distribution marker. Look at that.
So it moves
Loaded
down.
with blue. Yeah.
That's it, Sandra.
Sandra.
You did good.
Well done.
Thank you for revealing
Thank you
the
for your
middle
service,
blue
Sandra.
body. Naveen.
Well, I know I have a green part and I don't have a green contract, so I can take up to 2. I will take this one first.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to be 1. I'm going to spend 1 speech token to be able to place something out.
Okay.
And I might as well place out.
Wow, you are living in abundance. Whereas
Well, too much abundance. I'm a little nervous about having it all.
No,
to be
it's
honest.
good to have these things. Just use them before the end of the game.
That's right. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just place out my yellow.
Nice.
Just get that done.
Complete your yellow robot.
Yes, I think so.
So go ahead and take a robot.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a mistake doing that.
No, I don't think so.
I'm wondering, maybe it is a mistake because these are blocked in here, and then if now it's open for you to come back and then start filling in.
But not this round.
Not this round.
Yeah,
That's
I would
true.
have to wait for the next round.
Yeah,
So you get another contract.
I do get another contract, and you know what? I'm just gonna take blue because it gives me
What?
a speech token.
Naveen is a shark at
What?
Bot Factory.
It gives me a speech token.
I think you're also a shark at Kanban, if I am remembering clearly.
There's something about this like conveyor belt movement system that I love.
Always chasing your tail.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed now.
I'm so upset
Was
about
that your
it.
blueprint?
Yes, that's my blueprint. Well, I'm just going to go with my original plan. I'm going to spend 2 speech tokens just to increase the value of blue.
Okay.
So per speech token, it's 1 bump up. So I'm spending 2 of them. So I go up 1 and I get to do this bonus immediately, which is taking a projectile. And I think since you took the sweet ones, I'm going to take this yellow.
Yeah, you have yellow parts.
It's true.
Yeah.
And for my second one, I'm going to bump it up again. And it lets me put a part immediately onto the assembly line. Seeing as yellow is completed, it's blocking me out of that
Yes.
spot. So I'm just going to go ahead and place the blue one down here, which lets me spend a speech token to take the top.
So you gain 2 speech
Part.
tokens for doing
Oh,
this.
yes,
first
thank
of all.
you.
Yeah.
I would have forgotten
Yes,
that.
yes.
And then I get to spend a speech token to take the top of a stack. I'm going to take
beautiful.
the sweet, sweet middle
The one.
body. Yes. Fantastic. That's what you need. So you need to complete a robot. You need the middle body.
Yeah, the body. That was
So That's it. Those are my 2 speech tokens.
Okay, sounds good.
By the way, before we continue, if you're hearing any strange noises, there is some work going on outside. So it's a little bit out of our control. We apologize in advance.
Yep.
All right, let's have a maintenance phase, shall we?
Okay, so this is done. So these are going to wipe.
And yellow gets devalued
Yellow
for that.
does get devalued, unfortunately, but it is what it is.
Yep. These will refill. I believe you're supposed to refill the left first
It's
and then
all
the right. But...
unknown.
All right,
That's
so
it, yep.
next round, Sandra is going to move first. And Sandra is going to move right there. Naveen, where do you want to go?
Well, I have 3 things. I think I want to do this now. I'm just going to go ahead and move on over here.
Okay,
It's
you're
going to
going to
cost me some stuff, mosey. Yeah.
You have to spend a speech token for that, just so you know.
I will, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go here. I'm going to go right in front of you there. Just to, I don't even know
To do
what
whatever
I'm
it is you
doing at
wanna
this
do,
point. You know what? Can I take that back?
Okay.
I'm just going to go here.
Sure, yeah.
Ugh, let's not do that.
I mean, it has everything that you need there.
Yeah, I don't want to keep on chasing you. Okay, go ahead, Naveen. You're first.
Me first. Okay, so I must spend a speech token to have this spot. So let's go ahead and do that right now. The first thing I'm going to do is I want to probably start loading up this red side over here.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and put out the red legs.
Nice.
So red legs goes out.
2 speech tokens?
I get 2 speech tokens back, and then I have the right to pick up something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not seeing a green body out there, which is kind of a problem. So I'm going to take, gosh, I don't want to do this, but I will. I'll take a green head.
Oh.
Please be a body. Yes. Okay.
So you got to spend a speech token to do that.
Yes, thank you. Yes. Cost me a speech token to take that.
It's a little bit easy to forget those kinds of things.
Yes. So, seeing as I now see a green body out there, I'm going to go ahead and place out for my second action here, this head in the red spot.
Okay, so same
gaining
thing.
me 2 back, spending 1
Yep.
to now take the green body that I've been missing.
Nice.
And, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Do I want to start with the green body here and gain speech tokens and then reserve that for later? What can you do? Well, I guess you don't have the contract. Okay.
Wow.
So for my
I
third
guess.
action, I'm actually going to put out the green body.
Okay.
So we'll put out the green body.
Nice. That's how you
gaining
do it.
2
That's
more speech.
how you get your speech tokens.
And the problem is that's a head right there. So I might actually take another green head because if I ever go here, I can just toss them in for something I really want. So I'll just capture them all.
So you got to spend a speech token to
I
do that.
do have to spend a speech token. Okay, that should have been 3. 1, 2, 3. I left that one unfulfilled. All right.
Okay.
Done.
Nice.
That's
All
me.
right. So now it's my turn. I'm taking some parts. I get 6 actions. Naveen, can I trust you to do this?
Okay, yes, you can. Okay.
All right. So.
Number 6.
Oh my gosh, what was I going to do here? I'm going to rotate
Okay.
for 1.
So down to 5.
Well, actually, if I take this now, I can spend a speech token and place out a body part.
Okay, so I'll leave it at 6.
Okay, I'm going to take this.
Red legs?
Yeah, so this is my first action.
Okay, first action's red legs.
Taking
Will
red
you be
legs.
spending a speech token?
Yes, I'm going to spend a speech token to
Okay.
place out. Well, you know what? I might as well get started on yellow, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to place the body there.
Okay,
I
gaining
get the
me
2, and I'm going to spend 1 to do the bonus that's underneath that. And I'm going to take, I'm going to go with a red head,
Red head, yeah.
for the future,
I mean,
maybe?
yeah, you have 2 of the parts needed.
Yeah, although I need the mid body. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, well, I'm going to rotate for another action. Okay, I'll do it.
Sorry, yeah, I'm just watching the rotation. Let's keep it nice and clean.
Although I think I took 1 action, and that's my second one.
Rotating, right?
So I had 6. I
Yeah.
took 1 action to take a piece, and then
you
another
rotated.
one to rotate. So I have 4 more. Okay, I guess that was right.
Yep.
I'm going to take this.
Yep. So
So
now
it
you
goes
have
down to
3
3.
pieces. Yep.
And now I'm at my max here. Okay, I'll rotate again.
Okay. So down to 2.
Yep, I'm going to take this
Yeah. The
head.
blue head. Yep.
So down to 1.
Okay.
Oh, and I have to fill this in now.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to fill it in with,
What's your next contract that you're on?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough part.
I'm not doing a good job with that. I'm just going to fill it in with blue.
More
Make
blue.
it harder for everybody.
Yeah. 3 blue bodies. Or what are those blue legs or bodies?
That's
legs.
That's legs.
Yeah.
For my last action, I'm going to take this just so I can take that
Have that
benefit.
right. Okay.
Yeah, so that allows me to spend my speech token again and place out a part. And I think I'll place out maybe this one?
Head?
Yeah, the head.
Okay. So you gain
So
2.
I gain 2.
Will you be taking 1 from the top?
Yes, I'm going to spend the speech token to take this.
Oh.
So I've got a complete red. I've got some stuff.
The
but
good thing is you do not have the contract. Okay, that's good. That
I
makes me feel better.
don't have I mean I'm at 2. I'm at my limit. I have to, now that it's the end of my turn, I have to actually spend down.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only hold 5. I have what, 7? This is awful. I actually want all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's everything you need. Well, you could probably just discard down.
Well,
Wow.
okay, I don't need this. Let's get rid of that. You know what? I'm gonna discard this. Unfortunately, these are the two. I've wasted something along the way there. I'm not being efficient, but
So you're not taking the executive action.
No.
Okay, you're just gonna discard down.
Yeah, that part limit is just too good.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of my turn. Now Sandra is going to.
She's gonna wipe those.
Wipe these two. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So these move down. Who even knows what's going to be available by the time next turn comes?
Okay, 2 blue contracts though.
Which is funny because now we have a maintenance phase, no built robots, but these get flushed again.
That's right.
Because Sandra, you're just not happy with the types of projects that we're doing. Okay.
Keeping it
so
moving.
Technically it's left to right, but all right. So now starting with you, Naveen, where are you going to go?
Well, I could technically go all the way over there before Sandra gets there. No, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to come right over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. So now I just cannot go here.
Cannot go there.
Here, I'm gonna go here.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm trying to snake my way into usurping Naveen's robots, but it's not working.
Yeah.
So Sandra goes there. All right, starting with me.
Yeah.
See, I should be minding my own business. That's my problem. Okay, I can place 2 parts out into the assembly board. I'm gonna go.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, boom, boom. Let's just finish the yellow.
Okay, so you're gonna gain 2 speech
for that, and then for this, I just gain the robot.
Oh wow.
So there's that.
So next yellow could trigger the end game.
It's the end of my turn. I could, oh no. Well, I could swap out. No, I don't want to swap out. All right, that's me. It's you.
Okay, so now I have 4.
Yes.
All right, definitely I'm going to have to rotate.
Okay.
So that's 1. I'll move the token. And then...
Well, you can fill that in.
Yes, that's right. I'm going to fill it in with this green body.
Okay.
I'm going to rotate again.
Okay.
That's 2.
Yep.
And then I'm going to take...
2 more.
I'm going to take green legs.
Okay.
Okay, that's my... And then I have a last one. I'm going to take this one.
Okay.
So this is this.
So many
I know.
green robot heads.
I know. So I'm going to take those 2. And then because I did that, I get to spend a speech token.
Sure.
To place out. So I will most likely spend a green legs to go there. Gaining myself 2 speech tokens.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I'm trying.
You're doing it, is what you're doing. All right, you done?
Yeah, that's me.
That's everything. So Sandra is going to increase the value of all those who are tied for last.
Right.
So these 2.
The red and yellow. It's perfect for you.
It is not bad. And you are kind of in that game.
I'm working it.
So that's it for Sandra. So let's do a maintenance phase. We have a completed yellow robot. So yellow goes back down. Until Sandra revisits.
Right.
Then these 2 will get flushed.
Okay.
These 2 come down. So we're moving in a groove in here.
Left to right.
Yeah, left to right.
Left. And then the last one, which we can fill in afterwards.
Yes, that's that. All right. So now it goes to me to choose where I'd like to go. And I think I'm going to go here. And you?
Ooh, boy, oh boy.
What are you going to do, Naveen?
I'm coming over here. I think this is the right spot.
Sure.
Let me complete a third. I cannot complete a third, unfortunately. So I'll just go here and not spend an extra speech token.
Okay, because you're going to have to spend a speech token anyway.
Exactly. She's coming over. She's following me.
All right, Sandra. So Sandra gets rid of these 2.
She does.
So there you go. And then this comes in.
Green in.
This moves there. And now
red in.
That red middle body.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I have the red body though right now.
All right.
So I have to spend 1 just because I'm where Sandra is.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah. So that's 1 in. One of my 2 actions is to complete a red, taking me a red token.
Yes.
And then the second one I'm going to do is going to be green head, taking myself a green because I do have a green.
Wow. Oh, no.
That's that.
Oh, no. We're nearing the end already because if Naveen or I were to build out either of these 2 robots, that would actually end the game.
Yeah, and so what I'm going to do is to protect myself from, because I'm not on any contracts yet, I'm going to swap.
So you have to spend a speech token.
I'm going to spend a speech token to swap and put this head here and just take this out of circulation.
Oh my gosh.
So that you don't end the game on me.
Evil Knievel.
You have 2 of the things. I can't let that happen.
You terror in Bot
finished,
Factory.
Yes.
All right. Well, it goes to me, and I'm going to go over here and get some projects, finally. I think I'm definitely going to take... Oh, I could take this now and complete it.
You could take it and then literally complete it.
I'm going to do that. So this is my first one.
Right.
I'm taking the blue project,
Right.
spending a speech token to now place this out over here.
finishing that off.
Which gets me
Solid.
a blue robot. Now we're tied.
Yeah, that's good. And the blue is the most valuable one so far.
So I'm going all blue.
Oh, wow.
So for my second
one.
project, I'm taking that. I'm zagging.
Yeah.
I get a speech token for taking that project tile.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it. Very nice.
That's the end of the round.
So three.
We've got a lot of robots.
Three
though.
have been, yeah.
Naveen.
So red goes down, blue goes down, and green goes down.
Red,
so I'll just take these down.
blue,
And then we do have to shuffle those blueprints now.
All right. Let me go ahead and bring these down.
Sure.
And then, yep. So we'll be back. We're just going to do some shuffling.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we are all set up for the next round. Sandra is going to be the one to move on.
Yep.
So she wakes up and she comes on over here. Nobody's
Blocking
allowed.
the parts board.
Yes.
It's unfortunate.
And,
So
but
where
she's
you...
going to load this up, though.
She is. That's true.
Kind of nice.
And we don't have a choice there.
No, we do not. So I think I'm going to move over to this area here.
Ah, okay.
Let's get involved.
Interesting. So I have to move this board. And also, since we're kind of getting closer to the end here, if it wasn't clear, that capacity for projectiles, that includes the ones that you've already completed.
Correct, yes.
So we can each only hold one more each, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am going to go right there.
Yeah, come on in. It's warm.
Coming in. Okay,
All
so
right.
starting with Sandra. Sandra's going to refill the
She
wheel,
is, yes.
starting from this spot
Okay.
and going along the distribution.
Oh, not that one, yeah,
So the
yellow.
yellow. Yeah.
Then
So,
the blue.
That keeps moving.
The green.
Wow, it's a lot of green down
Yeah.
there.
Another, now it's red.
Now it's red.
And so for that, I will shuffle the rest of the red and fill in
Yep.
from all the used red parts.
And I'm going to go left. Thank you, Sandra. That is
Sandra, for your
nice.
service. Okay, and there we go.
All right, fantastic. So now to me, I can spend up to 3 speech tokens. And so I think I'm going to reserve a contract tile
Okay.
for my first action. It's going to cost me 2 speech tokens because it's this row.
Uh-huh.
And seeing as I already have 2 completed robots here, a red and a yellow, I'm
Fine.
going to take this spot right there.
Fine by me.
Fine by me. So
Interesting. I have a red and a yellow too.
that's why I needed to get it. Well, there's still the yellow and the
I
green.
know. I was going to snake the red and yellow though to make it more challenging for you.
Well, I'm so glad I went here then.
Yeah.
And then for my third speech token, I'm going to spend it to move blue up 1. So that lets me place out a part.
Yep.
I'll put out the legs, seeing as there are a bunch of legs over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to place this here. That gets me the 2 speech tokens. I'm going to spend 1 for that bonus
Okay.
to take... I'm going to take this body.
Blue body.
The blue body. Well, yeah, I already took it actually. So
Okay.
that's it. That's it for me. I'm done.
Okay, so I have 4 to spend. I'm definitely going to be spending 2 to take this contract, the yellow green. So
Okay.
I'll put 1 on there and
Yep.
then 1 goes out. I have 2 more to spend. Do I pump the green up, knowing that Monique has no business in green?
Right.
I have 2 more. Or I can just take the green contract for 4 points. That's so interesting. I'm going to pump it so I can get...
if you plan on building another green, this is going to come back down.
If I plan on building another one.
If you plan on doing that. So
Yeah.
that is the problem.
Yeah. So I am going to go ahead and pump green twice. I'm going to go 1, 2 for my last 2.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get a blueprint.
So you have to
and
spend 2.
I do have to spend 2.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you get a blueprint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which project tile would you like?
Well, seeing as I have a red and you've created a little red here.
But if you're pumping up the green.
If I'm pumping up the green, but I do see a double red contract also that I could maybe work on. No, I cannot do a double red contract because, oh no, I can. Yellow, green, I have 1 red, and if I make the second red, I can get a double red contract just in time. Okay, so I think I've sold myself to take the red contract, which comes with a speech token.
Mm-hmm.
So I might as well do that. And so that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and go to bed.
All right. Fantastic. So maintenance phase, this just goes out. And we'll slide these down. So we
1
refill.
And 2. Nothing was fully constructed.
Nope. So now
that
goes
is it.
back
Sandra.
to Sandra. So Sandra is going to move on over here.
Yep.
So no projectiles for us this
No.
turn. So now it goes to me. And I think I'm going to go back to the parts board here in that spot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm just going to scoot on in right
Usurping?
before.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Ah,
Not much else
what
to
are
do.
you going to do, Naveen?
Me, huh? I'm first.
It's not a good feeling ever.
Okay, the legs are already out there. I have the body.
Okay.
I got to figure something out here.
Do you have the mind?
I don't have the mind. You have the mind. So I have 4 to use.
Yes.
Okay, so the first action I'm going to take is I'm going to take this green body part here.
Okay.
And in doing so, I am going to spend a speech token, which allows me to put this out.
All right.
So I'm going to put it there, gaining 2 back. Okay.
And would you?
And then for what I want to do next is I would like to.
You're not gonna do this?
I am gonna do that. Yeah. So I'm gonna spend 1 to expose the next one. Okay.
Oh wow! The thing that's interesting is if you want to be able to take that, you have to put the blue legs.
Yeah, but I would have to have a...
That might help me.
Well, I'd have to have a way to put the blue legs, right? So I'd have to go spin.
Rotate, and then take that yellow head.
At this point, I'm going to do an executive action. I'm going to spend legs, green head, and blue to take red head. As my 1. Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah.
This executive
and these are,
action.
I've got those negative points off my back.
Yeah.
Get out.
Good use.
And now, I mean, so you're looking for blue?
What? Don't look at what I'm looking for.
You're looking for blue. We have 6 turns to...
I've found blue. I don't have to look for it.
You have found blue. You know what? I should have just only taken this and taken a speech bubble. I am done.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a mistake on my part. I should have taken this, got the extra speech bubble. That is a mistake.
So you're just sacrificing the rest of your
I should have been able to
points.
math it out and look down at it, but I missed it.
Okay.
When I made that selection. So that's it. Yeah, I'm done.
All right. So then it goes to me. I have 6 movement points here to spend, and I'm definitely gonna rotate.
Okay, so that's 1.
1.
You have 5 now.
2.
Down to 4.
Okay. Oh, and I have to fill this in. I'm gonna go all blue. Let's just be in the blue game.
Okay, that's a free thing.
Yeah, it's a free. I think it gets like sucked down into the part or something. So I have 4 more, and I'm gonna go.
You're gonna move it?
Oh no, I'm gonna take this.
Okay, so it's taken.
1.
Okay, so are you gonna spend a speech token?
Yes, I'm gonna place this out there.
Okay,
so it just gets
2
me
back.
2 back.
Interesting.
I have 3 more, so I'm gonna rotate.
Okay, so down to 2.
And I'm just gonna take these 2.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Okay.
All right. Hi. Do I wanna? Oh no, I have to have 3 of them to discard. Okay, that's me. I'm done.
Yeah.
All right, Sandra.
Sandra's just gonna move those out.
Flushing the area.
Very good. You're gonna get that blue one, huh?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, maintenance phase. Nothing to do there. Reflush. So, Sandra, what are you doing over here?
That's that.
All right.
So we know Sandra's gonna go there, huh?
Sandra's going to finance. Where are you going though?
Where am I going?
Where are you going?
Okay. I think this is where I made a big mistake not getting the extra speech token here.
Are you short of speech
Yeah, I'm
token?
short of 1 to do something great.
Well, you can always like move something up. Like if you were to move the green up, place the part tile to get more speech tokens, and you can use those speech tokens.
Thank you, Monique.
To continue your turn.
Thank
Just
you.
saying.
Thank you.
I'm all for
fair and balanced.
everybody being able to learn the game.
Yes, including myself. Thank you. Yes.
And you're sure you want to spend only 3? Up to 3? Make sure.
I think so. Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go to the assembly board and complete my robot. Sure. It only makes sense. I have all the parts, so why delay that, right? Okay, Sandra goes here, so you do have to spend an extra speech token there.
Yeah, that's why I was really upset about that little oneer, but that's okay.
That one.
Yeah.
So it's my turn, and I am just going to place the 2 parts necessary to complete this blue robot. So I'm going to put that there.
Okay.
That gains me these 2. I think at this point I should be working on my next one, right? So I'm going to spend this, and I'm going to start working on, another blue one.
I mean, they're all out there.
There's so many blues. So I'm going to take this last blue head with that. And then the second one is just going to be the other head.
Sure.
Is that there?
Did you want to shuffle to potentially get the legs?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe so you have to spend 1 then.
Yeah, I'm going to spend my speech token now. And this is just to see whatever is
I'll let you just draw 1. How about that?
But what if it's a head? Okay, I'll take it.
Dang it.
Great.
All right. Oh, their legs were going to come also.
I'm trying to work on another. Oh, I just realized that I placed that to complete the robot.
Yes.
So I think I had taken...
Oh, yeah, you're not allowed to do that.
Speech tokens. So let's see. I spent 1. I'm going to give them both back. And then I actually have to spend 1 for that.
There
Okay.
It's important.
That is very important.
So every 2 speech at the end is a point.
Took my blue robot. That's it.
That means blue is going to go down in value.
It is.
Interesting.
It
and
is,
Sandra's going to pump red and yellow up. That means you're kind of invested in all of it, though.
Kind of. I'm not... This is bad because I can't go to the finance board, I'm realizing, because of the turn order, which is really one of the most interesting parts of both this and Kanban, right? It's that the turn order, it's wild.
Yeah.
Sandra.
So Sandra's going to go. She's going to pump up the rear.
Yep. Red and yellow.
And if there's a tie, she'll bring up everything except if all of them are tied.
Correct.
Then she just leaves it. Okay, so I have to do this in the right order because the first thing I have to do is pay 1 because Sandra happens to be hanging out.
Yep.
I'm going to pay 1 to bump up the green, please.
Okay. So you can place out
I can place out something.
a part.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and place out, let's just go ahead, just in case there's any funny business with your red head. I'm going to place out the red face.
Okay.
Bringing 2 back, and I will not take the bonus
bonus?
there. That's there.
Okay.
With my last 2,
I'm
I can spend up to 3, so I spent 1 there. I'm gonna spend now 2 to take this double red contract.
Oh, I'm seeing a problem.
There, and that is that.
Oh, I did not pay enough attention to Naveen's robots over there. You have everything you need to complete the red.
I technically do.
Oh
yes.
no, that's going to end the game.
Well,
nothing
Sandra's
I can
gonna
do.
move before me, so I don't know quite yet.
There's so many places you can go to place
Yeah,
a
to
part on
place
the
a
assembly
part.
board. This is the end. This is going to be the last turn, and that means bad things because I have all these parts. Well, let's do the maintenance phase before we do any planning. So you're done, right?
Yep.
Okay. So blue is complete.
Blue is complete.
So it gets devalued,
Okay.
and then these 2 go out.
That's right. Let's come
So-
down.
And new
One
contracts,
more.
so it doesn't truly matter anymore, I'm thinking.
Right. And you devalued blue? That's right. Yeah.
I did. Okay. So now it goes to me, and I'm thinking that Naveen is going to end it, not by going there. So I wonder where you're going to go. I'm going to go here
Okay.
and just try to make things a little bit better for myself.
Sure, yeah.
Sandra is going to move over here. Now, where are you going to go, Naveen?
Well, I'm going to go here to the blueprints area. I think that's the only place I can finish this game off.
Yes. In hindsight, I probably should have gone to this board, but it is what it is.
Yep.
So Sandra is going to flush
The white
these
these, yeah.
and bring these in like
Yellow,
that.
blue.
All right. Now it's going to go to me. I have 6
6 to
actions,
spend.
and I'm basically just going to try to maximize my speech tokens.
Yes.
And
And
decrease,
offload.
offload my parts.
Totally.
So let's go 1.
Okay, so down to 5.
I'm just going to put this in there, not that it matters.
So this is one way to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to take this, and that's
So that's 2.
2.
Yep, so
And
down
I'm
to
going
4.
to spend the token to put out the body.
Sure. To gain
And
2 back.
To gain 2 back.
Yep.
Let's rotate
Okay.
again.
You have 3 moves.
3 moves. And 1 more time.
Yep. 2 moves.
I'm going to take this.
1 move.
And I'm going to spend the token
Yeah.
to put it out.
Gain
Which
2
gets me
back.
2 back.
And then for a free action, you
yeah,
can
I'm
get
gonna
rid of 3
get rid of
to
3.
get 1. Yeah.
And
So you saved yourself 2
take
points.
1. I don't really know what the math was at the
It's
end there.
because
but
at the end of the game, it's -1 for every leftover part.
Yes.
So you traded out 3 to get 1 back. So you saved yourself a -2.
And for every 2 of these, I get a point. So maybe that last one, I don't know. Well, we'll see. It felt right in the moment.
Sure.
And
You technically have one more.
There you go.
One more move. Did you want to use it? I would take this one, make it 3, and then turn it in for 1. Mathematics. It's the same math.
Mathematics.
Same
All
math.
right, let's do it.
Pull for
You're
last
correct,
action.
because you can do these executive actions as many times as you want.
3 becomes
as
1.
long as you're on the board. 3
And take whichever one you
becomes
want.
1.
So you just saved yourself 4 points
Ah.
negatively.
Too good. Thank you, Naveen.
Yeah, no worries.
If that wins me the game, then you win
I'm
the
hoping
game.
that didn't win you the game.
I
yeah,
don't think I'm going to
totally.
win the game.
Yeah. Okay.
But let's see you end it.
my move. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take 2 contracts. I have to take this one first. I can
Mm-hmm.
go beyond, or the blueprint. Sorry. I'll take that with a speech token. Second one will be this one with the speech token. I'm going to use it to place out this last one here, giving me this robot. And then as an executive action for me, I am going to discard 2, which would be -4.
Wait, are you sure?
Why is that? Oh, because at the end of the game, at the end of the round, I
your
just have to.
turn, you have to discard down to
Yes.
5 anyway.
See, we're helping each other out.
Yeah.
So I will not do this. Yes, that's right. Because at the end of my turn, I must whittle it down to 5. So
Yes.
there's no point in taking on 1
I'm
point.
taking one
When
more.
these 4,
'cause then
that's right.
You would be -3 points.
That's right.
Versus.
That's right.
2. Okay.
Very good.
So you're done?
Yes.
All
we're
right.
gonna
Why
go
don't
to
you go
bed.
ahead and do
And
that
now
now?
I have to discard down. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
I was thinking for you, and I was
very
thinking for myself.
welcome.
Yeah. Very good.
Oh, okay. Actually, that doesn't.
I think
Nothing
that's-
happens
I
there.
think that's
Okay.
it, yep.
We do have a final maintenance phase.
We do.
So red gets devalued.
Devalued. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, you're involved in red
Good.
also. But
Yeah. And that's it.
That's
you
it,
know,
yeah.
we're going to finish it there, and we're going to go into endgame scoring. Are you ready for this, Naveen?
Yes, and there is a scoreboard. I believe it's on the back of one of these.
This.
Back of this, okay.
The
I
assembly
see it
board. If
there.
I'm wrong, I deeply
And
apologize.
you have another 1 in 3 shot if not. Okay, yes it is.
Great.
Let's just get rid of this.
Oh, you're gonna.
Why
You broke. You broke
I
apart
broke the factory, yes.
First things first, for each of our robots, we are going to get points equal to this. Look at this.
Yeah.
Diagonal line.
Sure.
Equal to their current standing. So
There
let's
we
just
go.
award
Left to
our
right.
reds.
Okay, so I have 2 reds. That makes me go to 10, and I believe you have 1.
I won, so I go to 5.
Okay.
Perfect. Let's do yellow at 6.
Yellow at 6, so we both
We
have
both
6.
have-
So you go to 11, and I go to 16.
Right? Blue is 8.
That's all you.
So I have 16.
Yeah, that's good.
What is that? 27?
I think so.
16 plus 11?
Yeah.
Oh.
Green is 10, so I think it just goes to 26. Oh,
wait,
hello.
you have all these things,
Yeah.
which we are going to score now. So
Sure.
for each of these, you actually place the bots on the contracts
So you
themselves
have a red, yellow.
to prove.
So I had a double red
Yeah,
on the
this is
far
a
right
yellow, green.
and a yellow, green. So these are my
So you have the
my 2
exact
pairs.
combination. Very good, Naveen.
Right.
Okay. So for me, for my red-yellow combo, I'm going to get the higher scoring point, which is 5 plus 5 over here
10.
for the row. So 10.
So 27 to 37. Okay.
Yeah. You are going to get, for the yellow-green, the same thing, 5 plus 5, so
10.
10.
Plus another 10.
Plus another, no, 12. This is worth
Oh.
a little bit more.
Oh, because they're identical.
So yeah, 7
so
plus
it's
5.
22. So 28. What do we say? 22 was it? 30.
So
48.
48.
There we go.
That's supposed to be easier
That's
math.
how I do my math.
Okay.
Plus 2 and then by tens.
Very good. Now for each pair of speech tokens, for every 2 of them, basically you get a point. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have
which is
none.
2 points for me. So
Yep.
I go to 39.
Spent them all.
Then we lose points. So fortunately, we were all able to complete our contract tiles here, but had we not, then we would have lost points for the value of the tile,
That's right.
not the rows. But we do lose points for our leftover
Contracts.
blueprints, that we did not
Blueprints.
fulfill. So
I satisfied 4 of them.
You
so,
did.
Yeah.
so
and
you
then
just had
1
one
is
left
the
over.
negative. Yeah. So I
it's
go
minus 2.
minus 2. So 46.
I satisfied all 4 of mine,
Right.
but I do have 1 part tile.
Okay,
so this is
it's
going to be minus
minus
1.
1. 38.
And that is the final
That
score.
is the game.
So it is Monique with 38 to Naveen with 46.
46.
All right.
Did it.
Good job.
Thanks. Yeah. That last contract was big.
Yeah, beat Naveen at this game.
Timing the contract was really, really important.
Nice. So before we go and deep dive into a particular review, we do want to first mention that even though this game is modeled after a larger game called Kanban by Vital Lacerda, who is one of the 2 designers here, it is designed by 2 designers. So we feel it's very important to celebrate João Martins as well, especially because this is his design.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's talk about it a little bit.
Sure.
What did you do differently in this game? Do you feel like you've learned something every game you
I
play?
did, yeah. I think before I was like, I must get this robot done ASAP. And like now I've realized actually you can kind of figure out like what is Monique truly capable of? Can she finish this robot before me?
Yeah.
Like she doesn't have the blueprint. So where's she gonna go get a blueprint right now to then snake in and get me? That's in a 2-player experience. Now, obviously, in a 3 or 4-player
It's
experience,
different.
there's way more blueprints out there. There's like, oh man, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I was trying to find myself always to have enough speech bubbles so that I can go to get those contracts,
Yeah.
knowing that I was pretty safe on those.
The mind game of which colors to get versus which worker placement spots to take to kind of cut in front of your opponent.
Yeah.
That's basically the heart and soul of this game, right?
And predicting, okay, so Sandra's going to be here now.
Right.
So
The
she's going to be
Sandra
there and
aspect.
there. When is it safe to like, you want to kind of like flow right behind her. So she's like vacating or you can anticipate where she's moving. Very similar to Kanban. in
Yeah,
that
very similar
sense.
to
Very,
Kanban.
very similar to that.
If you are familiar with Vital Lacerda's games, then you will probably already know that this is one of 2 games that have come out in recent years that are much smaller games modeled after either a specific mechanic or the game itself, right?
Yeah, the first one was Mercado de Lisboa, which kind of was very similar to that top right corner of Lisboa, if you're familiar with that kind of the interaction between all the different
the
tiles
downtown.
in the downtown district. This one is, I think this is more Kanban-like than that one is more Lisboa-like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think this one is definitely a much smaller package of the larger game of Kanban. You definitely feel like you're doing a lot of the circular kind of mechanics and the rotational design of the worker placement spots, just like in Kanban, but in a very simplified way.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Kanban, like learning this game, you can pick it up in pretty much like 2 or 3 minutes if you're familiar with Kanban.
Yeah, and I think the opposite would also ring true. So if you are a little bit hesitant about playing Kanban and you want something that's kind of like,
Stepping stone, maybe?
yeah, maybe like a stepping stone or
Yeah.
something just to kind of get your feet wet, this will have that same sort of feel without all of the little details that give Kanban that sort of depth.
Yeah, if you're like interested in playing Kanban, but you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it or anything like that, and you have an opportunity to play this, then this will definitely tell you like, okay, you're probably gonna like Kanban, or you won't if you play this game and depending on how you feel.
Maybe. I mean, this is definitely still a very simplified version of Kanban, and it's very samey. That is the thing. You're building robots the entire time, and it's more of it's almost a little bit more of a meta game. It's almost like the point isn't building the robots; it's seeing how you can snake each other and do all those combos.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Like about like what I did differently this time. I was like, I could go get the robot, but I also don't want you to trigger the end game before I'm ready to snatch as many points as possible in those contracts over there. So I'm just going to kind of hold out for a little bit.
And so if you're not even familiar with Kanban or any of Vitalis Lacerda's games, and this is a very new design to you, then that's totally okay. This game stands on its own as a light to medium kind of game, but it plays very quickly, like under an hour. So that's the thing that's kind of nice. And I think the question that's going to come for a lot of people who do enjoy the big box Lacerda games is, because they're so used to those games, are they going to enjoy something like this, right? It clearly doesn't have that large amount of breadth that those games have. And I don't think it's trying to either. The thing about this game is, as simple as it looks, it's not easy.
No,
it's pretty strategic.
You have to really plot and plan and kind of figure out like, okay, if Monica's there, then I think I have to go here because I could still get what I need to do at the other section in this location. But how can I strategically and cleverly do that without taking on too much liability?
Right. They took that kind of those game mechanics and they kind of put it into this cute theme. I think it's actually really clever the way that they did that. It's a bot factory and everything is like these toy robots are really cute, right? And in terms of player count, we're showing off the 2-player experience, but at higher player counts, it's going to feel differently. So we played this at 3-player
also,
once, and it was a very different experience. There's so many more doors that open up for you to kind of sneak in.
Yeah, in a 3-player game, we found a lot, at least in that one play, that there was a lot of like the two of you are working on something and then like I'll go it alone on my own factory. So like it's like that's kind of good and it's also kind of bad at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it's like now the burden is on me to get this entire robot done, but for you it's like, well, you put in one piece, then the other person puts in another piece, and then who's going to get that last one?
Yeah.
Because that in terms of scaling as to how to build the robot, it's still the exact same.
Right. So at 2-player, the game feels a lot more tactical, and in higher player counts, it's kind of a wild grab bag, right?
Yeah.
It's not random by no means, but there's definitely a lot more opportunities for you to sneak in.
Yeah, the amount of worker placement spots increase technically because you can go to where Sandra is in a 3 or 4-player game.
It's true.
In this one, it's like at the very end there, I'm sure you would have really liked to go try to fulfill another contract, but because of the rule for Sandra, she happened to be there at the very end. You're like, I can't get in there, so I guess I have to do something else.
And the thing that I particularly like about this game is the timing. That is one of the most important parts of the game, the timing as to when you're going to go to which board, even the supply and demand of the robots. When you're going to decrease the value of a robot, when you're going to shoot for a different color. Now that you see everybody else kind of going for one color, you kind of want to go for the higher valued robot that nobody else is making.
Right, like the green for me in this game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or even when to just end the game. You can always try to end the game as soon as you can. All you have to do is deplete an entire color, which is going to be either 3 or 4 robots. So in the end, I think that this is a very well-designed game. There are definitely aspects to it that are hard to keep track of, right? Like the parts board and keeping track of your actions can kind of get kind of loose there. Or just remembering when to take your speech tokens versus when to spend them can kind of get lost.
A little confusing.
Yeah, but it's very clever. It feels very tight. It's really quick. And I don't know about you. For me, I personally prefer this over Mercado de Lisboa.
I think so.
This has a lot more staying power.
Of the two, I would prefer this game over that one, yes.
Yeah, and we can, I feel like it's a lot more accessible as well. Like you can definitely teach this to a large age range of gamers.
Yes, Mercado de Lisboa gets very mathy, and like, okay, this one gets next to that one, and how does that like?
That was very cerebral, whereas this one is it's constantly moving. It's like a cogwheel. You're just constantly moving around.
Yeah,
right.
I think my favorite part about this particular game is the worker placement aspect of it. I really like the fact that you resolve from left to right.
Mm-hmm.
So not only are you resolving actions, but you're also resolving where you get to place on the next turn.
Yeah.
So sometimes like I'll look at something and be like, okay, this turn right now isn't as important as the very next one.
Right.
So I'm going to make sure I get right in front of the other players so I get first picks on the very last one.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely my favorite part of the game.
And I think that is my favorite part of Kanban, to tell you the truth. I think we've mentioned that before. That is just such a good way to do worker placement. It's a very good mechanism, and it is alive and well in this game.
Yep.
So anyway, that is Bot Factory. Again, this is a game that is currently on Kickstarter, so we won't say more, but if you have any questions about anything you saw today, please go ahead and leave a comment down below, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible.
Thank you all so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.